Hello, Pokemon fans and YouTubers. This is the Pokemaster Slayer speaking, and today we have an Empoleon stage deck, and today you are joining the army of Empoleon.
So let's get into the deck profile. And this deck is very good against basically almost everything. So if we're going to have an Empoleon deck, we got to have 4 copies of Total Command Empoleon from Ultra Prism. And he has 160 HP, stage 2, that's normal. Has 2 retreat costs and weak to lightning. Lightning isn't that crazy right now in the format, so we're good. For 1 water and a colorless energy, Total Command does 20 more damage for each bench Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent. So if you and your opponent have 5 bench Pokemon total, that's 200 damage. And if they only have 8, you get the point. It does 20 more damage for each bench. So if I have a full bench of 5 and my opponent has 3, that is, oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this, 160. So it's not bad. Total Command could build up damage really quickly. All you have to do is just prepare your bench, which is very simple. And then for 2 water and a colorless, Whirlpool does 90 damage, and then discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon, which that it could also help you out if your opponent has a Zoroark or Gorgeist, if people even use it. You discard the special energies or any special energies, just slow your opponent down by a lot. And that could get on the nerve. So it's really good in an expanded format, especially if you're into Vespiquen or Night March. Get rid of those energies all day. And plus you even knock them out, because with Whirlpool it does 90 and they only have up to 60 HP, so that's really sweet. So yeah, run 4 copies of Empoleon. And if we have Empoleon, we gotta have 1 Prinplup, because we just need the 1 in there, trying to be safe. And now I run 4 copies of Piplup. You can run any Piplup you want. I just run the one from Ultra Prism with Splatter. This tech does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So in Fortnite, he has a weakened, about to break wooden sniper. It's no good. So he's just toying around with it. You just give it to your kid and they're like, ooh, sniper. And then you just ask them, hey, shoot that dude over there. Well, they do immediately 20 damage. So we're going to run 4 copies. That's the end of the Empoleon line. Now, these 2 are proxies, and I'm going to tell you what they are. They're actually Donald Trump GXs, the GX version of Gumshoes. Donald GX. He has 210 HP, and then its ability is Search the Premises. Once during your turn, you may have your opponent reveal their hand. So basically, you make your opponent reveal their hand, and I'm going to tell you what that's good for later on. You'll see it. And then, so you can know which opponent's doing and what deck they have. And then for its first attack, Headbutt Bounce for 3 of any energy. It does 100 damage to anybody. Or not, no, it's not sniping. 100 damage to the active Pokemon. So just flat 100 damage, nothing. And then for 1 of any energy, it's GX, Gumshoe Chance GX. Does 10 damage, and then it does 50 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent. So if you're going against a Yveltal deck or even Mega Gardevoir, it's very good against Mega Gardevoir. And yeah, run 2 copies of Gumshoe GX, and its retreat cost is 2, and yeah, it's stage 1. And if we have Donald Trump GX, we have to have 2 mini Trumplings. We have 2 mini Trumplings Yangoose. For one energy, Scout, your opponent reveals their hand. That's also really good again in this deck. Again, we want to see our opponent's hand, and I will be showing you the reason why. For 2 colorless, for DC, basically, Takedown does 30 damage. This Pokemon does 10 damage to itself. Honestly, we'll never be really attacking with this card, but if we have to, we're only going to use Scout. We're going to be using Scouter, so we can see their power level. If it's over 9,000, that's not good. And then we run 2 copies of Sushi Master. Shout out to Dark Integral. Go check out his YouTube channel, as I always say, because he's an awesome YouTuber, Poke YouTuber, and he's really fun to watch. And Octillery, for new people, once during your turn, you may draw cards so you have 5 in your hand. And that's really good. And he's only there for just draw speed. And now I run 2 Remoraid's to evolve Octillery. And that's the end of our Pokemon lineup. On to supporters. Okay, get that out of here. And supporter line is really normal. We run 3 copies of Cynthia. Shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw 6. N works really well in this deck also because you have Gumshoe's GX, so you can always see your opponent's Pokemon their hand, and also you have Octillery, so it doesn't bother you if you draw less than 6 cards. So yeah, these could be 3 copies of N or 3 copies of Cynthia, either way. Or then I run 1 Professor Kukui because he draws 2 cards and does 22 more damage. So it works well with like Octillery as well, because if you only have this card left in your hand, you don't have to really play a hardcore supporter. You play Professor Kukui, see what those 2 cards are, even play more than Abyssal Hand. And this is to also help Empoleon do 220, just in case we run into Zoroark, Lissapod, whatever else is out there. But yeah, Professor Kukui, really nice card. It's 1-me games. And then I run 2 copies of Bridget because we want to instantly get our bench Pokemon out. And yeah, I prefer Bridget instead of Pokemon Fan Club. You can run Pokemon Fan Club if you don't have Bridget, but Bridget works so much better than Pokemon Fan Club in this type of deck. So yeah, 2 copies of Bridget. And then I run 2 copies of Guzmas. Yes, people, they're Guzmas. I know. Stop giving me hate. I don't like your hate. So just deal with it. They're Guzmas, okay? Deal with it. 2 copies of Guzma. And I run 1 Brock's Grit to where shuffle back 6 of any combination of Pokemon and basic energies. Man, if this said special energies, it would be awesome. But I don't run special energies in this deck. But yeah, Brock's Grit. I'm more safe with Brock's Grit because I do discard him most of the time because he's more of a late gamer. So we have Pal Pad in here to get him back. Because if you have like a rescue stretcher and there's nothing in the discard pile, you have to discard it. How are you going to be able to get your Pokemon back? So yeah, Pokemon energies. And then I run 1 copy of Team Skullgrunt where, oh my gosh, won't focus on this. Your opponent reveals their hand and then discard 2 energy cards from it. And now if you have this in your hand and you're not 100% sure if your opponent has anything in their hand, and energies or special energies, that's the reason why Gumshoe's GX Donald Trump is there to is the undercover agent. He reveals the truth, which he's been doing lately. Please don't hate this video, but it is true. But yeah, he reveals their hand, and then if you have the choice to discard those cards, discard them. But yeah, discard those energies. A little bit of troll. We gotta have a bit of troll in here. And onward to items now. You're going to be seeing also another reason why I have run Donald Trump GX in here. I run 4 copies of rare candies so we get those Empoleons out on like our second turn. We run 4 copies of Ultra Ball to get back those Pokemon out of our deck. Then we run 3 copies of Captivating Pokepuff. This is also another reason why I have Donald Trump GX in here. Gumshoe's GX. I'm just gonna call him Donald Trump because Donald Trump's. Captivating Pokepuff. If your opponent reveals his or her and put any number of basic Pokemon you find there onto their bench. And it says any number of basic Pokemon you want. So if you run into, like, if you're playing expanded format, you know people are going to be running those Shamans and Tapu Leles. And this is so good too because this helps instantly power up your Empoleon. So after a while, people are going to be like, oh, I need to be careful with my bench Pokemon. Or this also trolls them to where they're forced to place down their bench Pokemon because you could, like, if they have a whole hand of bench Pokemon, you play Captivating Pokepuff and you see Tapu Leles and Shamans in there, and you just gonna be like, ha, you thought wrong, and then put all of them on their bench. And they're gonna be like, I'm done, I quit, I fold. But yeah, Captivating Pokepuff is one amazing, wonderful card for any Empoleon deck because it does troll your opponent into having you're force playing their Tapu Leles. And yeah, run 2 copies of those. 3 copies. Now I run 3 copies of Aqua Patches to get back water energies from a discard pile and attach them to our water Pokemon. So that basically if we have to force retreat, we can instantly repair those Pokemon. Or if they're discarded by an Ultra Ball, we can also set up our Pokemon as well. 3 copies. And I run 2 copies of Field Blower because we need this for Garbodor. Buzzwole Garb is still out there. Or any deck that has Garbodor in it. Or tool cards or stadium cards that we don't want to deal with. So yeah, very good. Then I run 2 copies of Palpad to get back our supporters, so we could play a certain supporter, any of the supporters we want, and then we could do that to we get 4 new supporters. So technically we have like 16, 15 supporters in our deck. So yeah, that's very good. And I run 2 copies of Floatstone to have that free retreat on our Sushi Masters or whatever. So yeah, this helps. And I run 2 copies of XP Share because we got, it's like if our Pokemon gets knocked out, if we decide to attack with Donald Trump GX, we got to be able to get those energies back. And this helps set up our Pokemon even better because this is like, it just saves you trouble. It saves you a lot. And so yeah. I run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 water energies in this Empoleon army deck. And so yeah, guys, that's the deck profile. Tell me what y'all think about it down below. Comment, like, subscribe.
And I'll see y'all tomorrow.